I've got two different topics for today, but I want to do this one on its own because so that I can make it as short as possible and so that anyone and everyone who comes across it can share it, please. I have time on my hands, so even if it takes 3 months, 4 months to go to even 100 people, one of those 100 people might know the right person. So here I go. My daughter is 9 years old. She has this rib thing, and I've mentioned it before. Her rib is moving, like the lower rib. And the pediatrician was so quick to tell me, well, it's not her rib, it's the cartilage, the bone ends over here. This is just basically, it's your rib. Okay, it's your rib, it goes across. Her lower rib, I think it's just one, it could be two, but it's the bottom ones. So what happens is she feels pain. She feels pain when walking. Not always, it's not constant. It just depends on how it moves, which is sad. So she will feel pain when she's walking, when she's breathing in, because obviously when you're breathing in, your rib cage moves. So at that point, it gets sore when she's lying down. And what I've seen, or when she's doing exercises, she tried to run, but it then started moving and causing lots of pain. So she stopped. She doesn't jump on the trampoline anymore, which is very useful for OT purposes as well. She needs that movement break. She needs it. Our ADHD children need to move, and vigorous movement is the best, but she can't do it without pain. Right now, we're living on anti-inflammatories, but I don't want to do that for the next 20 years. I don't know where we can get help. So the first day I felt it, because she had been complaining about chest pain, but we thought it was because of her tachycardia, high heart rate, caused by her medication. She's got lots of things going on. But then we kind of, fixed the heart rate thing, kind of. She's on beta blockers, but the pain was still there. So I asked her, can you please describe the pain? And that's when she said, it feels like something is moving in her chest and it's loose. Just imagine having a loose rib, people. Can you imagine the pain? It's moving, it's causing pain, and it moves up. I took her to the pediatrician. The pediatrician felt it. He felt it moving. And he said in all his years, I don't know how many years, of being a doctor, and of course, obviously a student doctor, he's never felt that in his life. He called in the other pediatrician. She came. She felt it moving. She too has never felt it in all her life. So he said he'll contact a cardiothoracic surgeon. That was a Friday. We waited and waited. There was nothing. And then around 5 p.m., his receptionist wrote and said, sorry for the silence. We're still waiting to hear from the cardiothoracic surgeon. In the meantime, my child is still in pain. We went to the doctor. We paid for a consultation, but there was nothing that was done to help her. Nothing at all. No recommendations whatsoever. So anyway, we came back, and then Saturday, I saw her getting up from the chair, from the sofa, and she clutched her chest like that. And good mothers, because my next video is going to be on other kinds of mothers, but good mothers know that when your child is in pain, in your heart, you feel the pain as well. And so when I saw her doing that, it just broke my heart. And I asked her, are you in pain? She didn't answer. And then that next day, her sister told me that she had told her she didn't want to answer me because she was just so tired of going to doctors and doctors. It was just the same a week after she had come back from hospital. So yeah, she'd been with a lot of doctors, cardiologists to test her heart, to do sonograms, radiology. Look, she had been through a lot, and she was tired. She said, no, I don't want to go through it anymore. But then Sunday, she then said, Mom, who's going to help me? You have to be cold-hearted to not again have your heart be broken. When a child, any child, says to you, who will help me? So I went online. I emailed a cardiothoracic surgeon in Panorama. And then I found a pediatric cardiothoracic surgeon who didn't have an email address. I phoned in the morning. I explained the problem to the admin, and she said, she would need then some kind of surgery, wouldn't she? I said, yes. first I checked my email to see if the pediatrician had responded or given me feedback. There was nothing, so we're just on our own. So the receptionist for the pediatric cardiothoracic surgeon said we should ask the pediatrician to send a referral letter, and I should also email them my child's birth date, so that they can look at any x-rays, because we did chest x-rays to see if her heart is the right size. We did a lot in hospital. So there are x-rays there. Woo! Sorry. There are x-rays there. All the information is on the Morton and Partners radiology system. So they said, okay, just give us her birth date and then we will check. That was that. I emailed the pediatrician around 12. I waited a while to see if they'd get back to me. And then I emailed and said something along the lines of, all right, I contacted a pediatric cardiothoracic surgeon, and this is what they said. Could you please write a referral letter for them? And unless, of course, you've got a plan with your cardiothoracic surgeon and just haven't had a chance to tell me about it. So the response was, sorry for not updating you. The cardiothoracic surgeon says maybe when she reaches puberty, she'll be in less significant pain. But if you really insist, we can do a scan. Something, well, if you're saying wait till she's an older child, what will a scan help? Because she needs a dynamic scan. I done my research, as I said, I looked online. So this is where we go. So he said maybe you can do a scan, but yeah, an ultrasound wouldn't help, because the other doctor had said he should do an ultrasound, and the pediatrician and I were both saying, what would an ultrasound help? We know, or like physically she's normal. It's just that it's moving. So to be like, my ear is here, but it's not actually attached to my head. So it's here on the proper side, but it's not actually sewn on, if you know what I mean. It's like that. So my ear is here. An ultrasound will show you that my ear is here, but it won't show you that inside it's not attached to my head. I don't know. Well, it is. Anyway. So I said, okay. But, when someone already has said, wait till puberty, you know that they're not going to do anything drastic. And it didn't say a dynamic scan. So I figured, okay, we're in trouble here. And I actually cried. I was at a petrol station. I was checking my email, really worried about my child and stressed. And I'm, telling the guy, can you please put in whatever amount of diesel in the car, etc., etc. And then I read the email, and I just wanted to cry. Because I thought, wow, no one wants to help us. You can't tell a child to wait until puberty. She's 9 years old. Who knows when puberty will be? And it's not like he's saying, and then at puberty, we will do ABC. So it's not like I can say, don't worry, when your period starts, then you'll go and have surgery. She will be in significant less pain. And I assume it's because there's the whole thing that children's bones are not as hard, and then she'll harden when she's older. That's, I assume, the hypothesis. And the guy could tell I was flustered, because now I was giving him the wrong cards to pay with. Then he says, no, because he could tell. And I was telling him, I'm so sorry. And he says, I can see you stressed. Monday morning, I understand. So I told him, no, there's a doctor I saw and they don't want to help my child. And he says, what? Why? So I told him that, she's got a rib that's moving and no one wants to help her. And I said, but no, that's wrong. How can a child be left? This is a man. How can a child be left in pain? And especially when you know that there is a cause. That's not wrong. So I was saying, okay, I'll pray. So I paid him and I went home. And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to respond. I thought, okay, well, this is useless. Let me just leave it. And then he'd also said in his response, the pediatrician, well, so that is what, that this surgeon said. But if you want me to write a referral for the other surgeon, the pediatric one, then give me the appointment date and then I'll set it up. And I was thinking, but that's not how, I don't know what other countries, but I've always gotten a referral letter the day I see the doctor. And then I use that referral letter to say to the admin or the receptionist, hi, I've got a referral to see Dr. Naidu. Could you please set up an appointment? That's how it has always worked. I don't get an appointment and then say, oh no, now write me a referral letter. So that just felt also wrong. And then while I'm waiting, I see a response from the pediatric cardiothoracic surgeon, because I'd now included them, because I was thinking in my head, okay, now you can see on your own that I don't have any support. Their response was, we agree with the other cardiothoracic surgeon. No need to make an appointment. Boldly, just like that. Just those two sentences. We agree with Dr. Whoever, no need to make an appointment. There was no, we are so sorry for the pain your daughter is in. We are so sorry that you can't get help. There was nothing. No, there's no humanity. There was no humanity in it. And I think that's what crushed me and my friends the most. Not the most, but it's bad enough that you don't want to try and help. You don't want to look and see if you can help. It's the uncaring attitude, as they said, all of them. It was just like, whatever, deal with it. That is the attitude that came through for all of us. I wasn't just imagining it. So I emailed back to the pediatrician and said, well, your hands are tied, because he's not a surgeon. There's nothing he can do. He can only go by whatever his doctor, surgeon friend says. So I said to him, your hands are tied. There's nothing you can do. And it seems like I can't do anything either. My medical aid does allow me to go out the country to go look for treatment. Maybe that's what I'll have to do. Go first to Johannesburg. We're not in Johannesburg. Go first to Johannesburg, because that's the next biggest province where there might be specialists, and see if they can help. And I told them, I Googled this. It's from the symptoms she's giving me, it's called slipping rib syndrome. Slipping rib syndrome. There are many other names. So I told them that I saw that in South Africa, there was like nothing, no information, except for one soccer player who it had happened to during a soccer injury. And that's when his rib was moving. And I think they call it celiac disease or celiac syndrome, Cyriax, if I'm remembering correctly. So I told him and her, those other people, that I know it's rare, I understand that it's rare. And so you can't help. But in the meantime, I'm still stuck with a child who can't jump, who can't run, not stuck, but you know what I mean. I still have a child who can't run, who can't jump. I have a child who asked me, who will help me? So for me to just accept that I must wait till puberty and somehow it'll reduce the pain, not even cure, reduce the pain, I can't do that. It would be cruel. So then I got a response from the pediatrician. Those people, the pediatric cardiothoracic surgeon, they basically were gone. They were gone. They don't care. They just want the money. They just want the cases they've treated that they know of, and that's it. They're not even gonna help you look. Anyway. So he said, well, maybe if you email the other doctor and tell them, the pediatric cardiothoracic one, and tell them that this is when it happens, this is when the pain happens, then maybe they will be more soft-hearted, basically. I'm paraphrasing. And then they will be willing to see you and try help you. But don't give up. Something like that. I understand. And I didn't know it was that bad. So I reminded him that, my child told you, when you asked her, how long have you had the pain? She told you for a very long time, but I just didn't tell anybody. So we did give him enough information for him to know that it is a serious problem. Like, pain is always serious. Even if it happens once a day, it's pain. So don't tell me, it just felt wrong for him to say, I didn't know it was that bad. So I said to him, here's the thing. Currently, I have to give up. I emailed a cardiothoracic surgeon in Panorama about that issue. And I was clear that we'd seen two pediatricians saw her, and they felt the moving rib, but they don't know how to treat it. And the suggestion was to see a cardiothoracic surgeon, and that admin for the cardiothoracic surgeon in Panorama responded with, "We are a group of specialist surgeons. You should see your GP." So, aside matter, I didn't tell him what I said to her, but I said to her, paraphrased, "I know that if pediatricians, who are also specialists, can say and suggest a cardiothoracic surgeon, why would I waste my time contacting a cardiothoracic surgeon for something that a GP can do? As far as I remember, GPs don't fix ribs. GPs do not operate unless you know something I know, but GPs do not perform surgery. Do you think I'm stupid?" And I sent it back. And so I told the pediatrician that, well, that's the thing. No one wants to help us. They don't even say, "Come, let's see what we can do. Let's examine her and then see who might have experience." It is bold, get out, get lost. That's what is killing me the most. So I told him that I'm tired. Everywhere I turn, I'm getting a no, and it is killing a part of my soul. Every no is yet another door that is saying you can't help your daughter. That is what it's telling me. And I'm living with it, people. I'm living with it. So I told him the next time I see her in pain, or if she complains, then maybe I will restart the search. But until then, I'm just going to pretend it's not happening, because it hurts too much when doctors don't want to help and do not want to help. Oh, and I told him that, yes, you see, you're saying I should tell the pediatric cardiothoracic surgeon how bad it is. I did. I sent them an email giving them her birth date so that they can look for her, records, her x-rays and things. And in that email, I was very clear about when it happens, how it happens, and even guessing how it could have happened. So they know, because from what I've read online, slipping rib syndrome could just be something you're born with. It is also common, it is rare, but amongst those who have it, it is common for people who have hypermobile joints, which my daughter does have. And it can be caused by trauma. So I even mentioned to that pediatric cardiothoracic surgeon that my daughter was, when she was 2 months old, in foster care. They dropped her and broke her arm. Maybe they dropped her on her chest as well. I don't know, but I need help for my daughter. So for them to boldly say, "We agree, no appointment," I told, this is what I'm telling the doctor, it means there's no one in Cape Town who wants to help, who can help. And so this is my question, and this is the point of my video. I know I've made it longer than it should have been. Can you please share this on your channels, and maybe someone in South Africa will know how to fix slipping rib syndrome, which I believe it is. Google it, guys. It hurts your intercostal nerve. Imagine that kind of irritating pain. It's your nerve only. It's not like bone grinding against bone or cartilage against cartilage. It's the nerve that is being impacted with movement as it goes in and out. Yesterday she fell, but then she hurt it. So that was my trigger to finally come and resume the search. But my first port of call is a video, because I'm hoping none of you are doctors who will then write to me and say, "We can't help you." This way, I'm hoping that one of you has either heard of it, dealt with it, had it, been treated for it, or knows a cardiothoracic surgeon who can help. In America, many people went to the Penn Hospital Chest Trauma Center, or the Penn Chest Trauma Center, PENN. I don't know if it's Pennsylvania, but anyway, Penn Chest Trauma Center. Even if I could get treatment in America, I would have to fly. I'm in pain just sitting here now, so flying with my daughter for all those hours, I don't know how it would work. I don't know where we would live in the meantime. I don't know how long we'd have to stay there. So my hope is that we can find a doctor in South Africa who has treated slipping rib syndrome. And significantly or interestingly, all the people who've gone for treatment are adults. They went through puberty. It's still there. I can't afford to wait for puberty, whenever that will be, and hope that somehow it will stop, her rib will stop moving. So if you can help, please help. And you can help by sharing this video. Thank you.